Greetings, friends and followers. This is double cream blue cheese. All right, let's eat. Okay, this double cream soft blue veined cheese is manufactured by Castello. Now, Castello as a company sells a variety of cheese products in Canada, but is a product of Denmark. We often see Castello making blue cheeses. In this case, though, it was something a little bit different. Castello sells a double cream cheese like this, and I think the best comparison or closest comparison that's been made to it is it's sort of like a brie-like cheese. Now, I picked this one up at the local grocery store because it was on sale for $1.99. These normally sell for $4.99. Probably because the use-by date is quite close. In fact, we're just past the use-by date here. However, I'm sure the cheese is fine, and we're about to give it a shot. Okay, well, let's open it up. So this 150 gram slab of soft blue veined cheese is theoretically 5 servings of cheese. It's got a 42% milk fat and a 42% moisture rating. So it's a much moister cheese than the previous one that we tried. It looks like it's an unrind cheese. It's a little bit less like a brie. Oh, and you can definitely see that aging and that blue cheese veining in there. This is interesting. It looks a little bit different than I expected, and maybe a little more aged. There's a slight change in color or discoloration. Let's give it a smell. Oh yeah, it's got the faintest smell of fungus, perhaps, or like a really earthy smell. Imagine that's the blue cheese veining, and also a little bit of this like oranging or yellowing. Okay, and then we flip this wrapper all the way around, we can actually see a lot of that creaminess. Now, I haven't had a chance to let this sit out for as long as they recommend. They recommend 30 minutes at room temperature before serving it. It's only been out for a couple minutes. Nonetheless, let's cut into this and see if we get a better look, okay? All right. It feels quite dense. Like much denser than a cheesecake or the Wensleydale, but also quite soft. It's almost like a cream cheese consistency, but not quite as sticky, maybe. Okay, so we dug right into there, and you can see the veining. We can see indications of the veining and how they introduced the bluing into the cheese. Okay, now that it's cut open, I'm gonna give it another smell here. It's quite a lot of heavy bluing in here. Okay, let's give it a taste. So there's a really marked contrast between the creaminess of the soft cheese and the vein of bluing, the blue vein. It's almost like textured. There's so much bluing in there that you can really just kind of bite through it. So you have this like general creaminess of the cheese and then this contrasting texture of the bluing. Let's give it another shot. Okay, I got a little bit of the edge now. There's a little bit of a... How would you describe that? It's a crystallization, which you probably can't see. Kind of reminds me of like an older cheddar and how the edges start to crystallize a little bit. So you can feel those milk crystals or protein crystals in addition to both the bluing and the creaminess. Like this feels like it'd be a great melting cheese to add creaminess to something, and would be a good snacking cheese. I am a little interested in what this differentiation in color is. Hi, Fred. All right. The cat wants to smell of the cheese, too. Okay. That discolored part of it, it feels like it's just like a rinding or a solidification of the edge. It tastes similar to the edging where you have that crystals or whatever. The texture's firmed up a lot. It's a lot less creamy at that point. This will be my last taste. We'll do final thoughts. So what else can I say about this double cream soft blue veined cheese? Not really much. I think we covered it all. It's a very creamy cheese. 2 or 3 different textures that really compare and contrast to each other. And yet at the same time, despite being a blue veined cheese, it's quite mild. Would I recommend buying it? And definitely if you're able to snag it at the sale price that I picked it up at, around $2 per 150 gram serving, it's quite a bargain at that price. It's definitely by taste and texture worth a little bit more. The $4 to $5 range is not probably unreasonable to pay for this. So yeah, it was a good cheese. Definitely creamy, definitely blue vein. All right. Well, thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you have any comments on what kind of cheeses you'd like us to try next, or any comments on this particular cheese, or even the program, let us know.